You are live. Consistency. The sick man saying, how did he get healed? Consistency. So that's the old thing. Look how old this book is. You ain't got no dust on your Bible? What you got a Bible for? In the arms of the angel. In the beginning. It's going to read that good old word. In the beginning, God created heaven and earth. And the earth was without form and darkness was upon us. Face of deep, face the deep of the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. Let us start out. It's telling you in the beginning that the Spirit created the heavens and earth, what you see, what you hear, what you smell. You see what I'm saying? That's what earth is. Let's get that straight. Verse 3, chapter 1. And God said, let there be light, and there was light. And God saw the light, that it was good. And God divided the light from the darkness. So every day, when God wake you up, the Spirit, it says, let there be light. Now it's your choice as a believer or whatever you believe in to live in darkness, or every day is a beginning to let there be light. All right, let's keep going. And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And the evening and the morning were the first day. And God said, let there be firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from waters. And God made firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament from waters which were above the firmament, and it was so. See, God didn't physically walk on the waters. His Spirit was just so powerful that he made it. It was no muddy waters. It was no swamp. it was pure clear, where you could see your future through. See, you have to separate the muddy waters from the clear waters. So every day you got to walk through that water. And you got to decide if you're going to keep staying down in muddy waters, because the Spirit already separated the waters from the beginning. So you have to make the decision whether you're going to drink the Kool-Aid with all the sugar and disease and propaganda, or you going to go to the source and you going to dip your feet in that water. Are you going to keep sitting in that Kool-Aid water, that muddy water? It's sticking there. Are you going to walk through the clear waters? And God called the firmament heaven. And the evening and the morning were the second day. And God said, let the waters on the heavens be gathered together unto one place, and let dry land appear. And it was so. You see, every day the Spirit clears up that rain so you could drive through, so you can walk through. But you got to get out the clouds. You got to get out that water. That water is on your windshield, and you got to put your wipers on, and you got to wipe that stuff away. When you pray and you meditate and you believe it is well with my soul, it is well, it is well with my soul. Once you decide that, you got to go through the pain and heartache. You got to. You got to. You ain't got a choice. If you're a spiritual believer, you got to go through it. If you're a Christian believer, you got to go through it. If you're a Catholic believer, you got to go through it. If you're a Christianity believer, you got to go through it. If you're a Baptist believer, you got to go through it. Judaism, you got to go through it. Muslims got to go through it. You have to go through the water every day. You got to go through the rain every day. But you got your spirit, which is your window wipers. And you say, Brother Red, what you mean you got to go through the rain every day? Don't every day you go through some ish? But you have to let the Spirit work and not let the flesh. The flesh is the rain. The flesh is the rain. Your godliness, what is in you, is the Spirit. And that's what you're going to leave here on this earth. So you have to use that when the rain comes. Because it's going to come. And God said, let the earth bring forth grass, herbs, yondiness, yonding, yonder, yondering. Some of these Bible words be tricky, man, because some of these Bible words are not regular words. Seeds and fruits, trees, yondering, fruits, after his kindness, with those seeds is in itself upon the earth, and it was so. And the earth brought forth grass and herbs and yondering seeds after his kind. And itself, oh no, I just skipped some. The the tree yondering fruit with the seeds with this in itself after his kind, and God saw it was good. See, the water grew the fruit, but it couldn't grow it without the sun. So if you don't put fruit in your brain, it don't matter if you put fruit in your stomach. You say, Brother Red, what is fruit for my brain? Well, that's easy. That's easy. You know what fruit in your brain is? Positive affirmations, powerful thinking. If you don't feed yourself every day of the spirit of kindness, positivity, peace, blessings, that's your fruit. Your word is fruit. The word you give to other people is fruit. They can eat, somebody can eat off good word. So take that in consideration. You know, you want to be all healthy in the physical realm, but if you're not fruit up here, you can't get the fruit from here. Let's keep going. In the evening, in the morning, was the third day. And God said, let there be light in the firmament of heaven to divide the day from night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years. See, when you just scroll the peripherals of the text, you get life, clarification of life. It will be no scientist without the spirit. It will be no word without the spirit. So you say, Brother Red, aren't we all spirits? Yes. Are we all good spirits? No. It don't matter how much you read this, you're not going to get a good spirit if you wasn't placed on this earth as a godly person. Some people are placed on this earth from God to be devils. Because God the only one that can give life and taketh life. And let there be lights. Okay. I'll still read that one. And let them be for lights and for firmament of heaven to give light upon the earth. And it was so. And God made two great lights and God made two great lights, the greater lights to rule the day, and the lesser lights to rule the night. He made the stars also. So if you go in some parts of the world, this kind of trickery to the brain. It's light all day, even when it's dark time. So I'm saying that to say this. Even when it's dark for everybody else in your life, it can still be light in your day all day. Meaning, you have to give stuff to the spirit, even the closest things to you, and watch. Well, and God set them in the firmament of heaven to give light upon the earth, and to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness. And God saw it was good. See, God, Spirit, couldn't separate and do everything one at a time unless it was in good favor. See, you can't do things like God did it, but you can do them as God did it, because you are a spitting image of the Spirit. So you might think you multitasking, but you're not multitasking, because you're not God. God got this done in days. You're not going to get your life straight in days. You're going to get your life straight at the right time. So don't look at chapter 1, chapter 2 of Genesis and think that, well, my father done it in days, I could do it in days. Maybe you could do it in days, but the average Joe Smo and the average Lisa Bone ain't gonna do it in a day. They're gonna do it in months, years. You see what I'm saying? So take word literal, but still balance it in your life. Don't take what the words say and try to make it a part of your life to a point where you can't understand your life. Meaning, just because you read it, don't mean today you're gonna receive it. Let's keep going. And the evening and the mornings were the fourth day. And God said, let the waters bring forth ambronation and moving creatures that have it life in form that may fly, flume that may fly above the earth and open firmament of heaven. See, reading this as a child, I never knew they called heaven the firmament. That sounds like a funeral home to me. Well, the word can make you do wrong and make you do right. You have to interpret the word for yourself. So the same way I'm reading it to the best of my ability, because some of these words I'm getting twisted with, you could do the same thing. But at the end of the day, as long as you get the message for yourself and you can explain it to the next person who are lost, but don't school them. The word is meant to be shared, not challenged. Not, oh, let me bring you a challenge. Let me show you how intelligent I am in the word. No, the word is not meant for you. The word is meant for you to break bread with your brother and your sister. to bring them to the spirit, mind, body, and soul. Let's keep going. And God created great wolves and evening living creatures. That move which the waters brought forth a, a, a dominant after their kind, and every wiggled fluent after his kind. And God saw that it was good. Got choked up with that one. And them were simple words too that I should know. And some of them Bible words, some of these are Bible words too, but no excuses. And God blessed them, saying, be fruitful and multiply and fill the waters and the sea, and let fluent, hope I'm saying that right, multiply in the earth. So people like to bring up be plentiful and multiply is not just talking about kids. It's not just talking about spreading your seeds to every woman. It's talking about be fruitful and multiply with everything God give you. Mean share everything that God give you with your experience of life. Break bread with your brother and your sister. But don't use this to misuse and manipulate your brother and your sister. Be fruitful with the fruits of the word so you can be fruitful with the fruits of the world that you partaking in your body. Let's keep going. And the evening and the morning were the fifth day. And God said, let the earth bring forth the living creature after his kind, catered and creeping things and beasts of earth after his kind. And it was so. And God made the best of the earth after his kind, and other things and kinds, and everything that creepeth upon the earth after his kind. And God saw that it was good. See, basically, he was gathering beasts and basically unknown creatures, it sounds like to me. Unknown things that we don't see, that's in these woods and in these dark areas. You know, that's what it sounds like. But it said beasts. You know, I know a lot of you know about bestiality and all this freak of nature beast. But it's freaks of nature walking amongst us. Man. Man, oh man, oh man. Whew. Man, oh man, oh man. Man. And God said, let us make man into our own image. Say that one more time. The Spirit said, and tripping. The Spirit said, and God said, the Spirit is talking, let us make man into our own image, image, after our own likeness, and let them have demurrament over dimension. I think that's what that is. Dimension over the fish in the sea, and over the florence of the air, and over the caves, and over the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. So God created man in his own image. In the image of God, the Spirit is talking. Created he, him, male and female, created them. So let me start from the beginning. It said, let God create in his likeness. So the Spirit create things in his likeness. So that still doesn't mean he doesn't create things that are not in his likeness. But he's creating creatures and things before he created man and woman. See, a lot of people get this twisted on TikToks and YouTubes. Man had to be created to create female. But man can't be without female for his lifespan on this earth. Not saying you want to live a fulfilled life. Not saying you will live in sin. But the word is telling you, even man need a piece of that thing. But it tells you that man helped create woman with the Spirit. We want to take a little break right there. Why would the Spirit create man before woman? Is it because man is more powerful? No. It's because man shouldn't go without woman. That's why. You got it. And, some people take that literally. And that's when you have a lot of these social media manipulating preachers. See, they want to tell you the good parts of the Bible to get your goodies. They tell you, oh, you see right here in this text right here, you see what it say with man and woman, this and that. So then the woman fall in to that web, and it catches them like when a spider web catches you off guard when you walk into it. See what I'm saying? It catches them, and they hearing, and they like, damn, he talking of the word. He looks like he's walking of the word. And the word that I read says, man created woman. So that is a new form of spitting game. Well, not new, but that's just how people spit game too. See what I'm saying? See, most of the days, I don't even have my camera on purpose. But when I'm going to talk about something with intention, and that is importance, whether you believe or not, I'm not telling you to be a Christian or be a Muslim. I'm not telling you to be a Jew, Judaism. I'm not telling you to be nothing but you. How you be you? That's how you be you. You got to get out that darkness and you got to come to the light. That is my whole interpretation of the first page of the Holy Bible lesson book. That's what the Bible is. It's a lesson book to help guide you through life that you're going to already have to learn lessons. But it helps you when you see them lessons like, damn, I read a lot of this stuff I'm going through and I'm seeing. So, you know, it's giving you an understanding, if I will. It's a guide through life, man. And God blessed them. And God said unto them, be fruitful and multiply, and refurnish the earth, and subdue it, and have dominion over fish and of the sea, over the flounder of the earth, and over every living thing that moveth upon the earth. And God said, behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed which is upon the face of the earth, and every tree in which is the fruit of a tree yielding seeds to you. It shall be meat into every beast of earth. And to every flourish, I can't get that word, man, of earth. And to everything that creepeth upon the earth, weathering there is life. I have given every green herb for meat. And it was so. And God saw everything that he made. Behold, it was very good. And the evening and the morning were the sixth day. See, all he was doing was giving what these scientists like to play off. These scientists like to play off like but that's it right there. That's 5th grade, bro. I had this since 5th grade, bro. When I went my final year at a Christian private school. So I ain't never left home. I just left man-made. I've never left the storehouse. I never left the spirit, and the spirit never left me. Moral of today's story. I don't know if I'm gonna even do this every day on live. I don't even know if, but it's the simple fact of this. You have to get out of darkness today so your tomorrow could be light. It don't gotta be right now today, right now in this moment, But if you want your today to start, you have to accept your darkness. You see how you can flip that and flip it on and flip it off? That's how fast you can do it when you accept your darkness for the light. Because the spirit let it be dark before it spoke light. Your life is dark, but the spirit want to speak life. So if you see this video, just close your eyes and just meditate what you want. Humble, blessed Savior. Humble, blessed Savior. Only if you will humble yourself, you can get out the dark and you can see the light. I want you to sit in dark for a second. Now see how that look. It's time to take the dust off your Bibles. It's time to take the dust out your nose. It's time to take the dust out your life. And before you sweep around your sister and your brother front door, it's time to sweep around your own front door. Before you sweep around mine. One more time. Before you sweep around your sister, your brother front door, it's time today, tonight, this morning, where it's dark, but soon you will see light. Cause you gotta sweep around your own front door before you try to sweep around mine. So before you go on them lives and you try to use your word that you didn't make, you didn't wrote, you're not the spirit. Before you try to sweep around somebody else's front door and you try to act like you trying to teach them about the word, but it's a way you teach. It's a way you bring spiritual offering to them by being a vessel of the spirit. You don't attack them. Even when they say, I hate Jesus. Even when they say, I hate God. Even when they say, I hate the Holy Spirit. Even when they say, I hate. I don't believe it. It's a bunch of words. White man made it. And the black man jumped on the bandwagon. And he taught us from his slave master. Even when they tell you that, you don't sweep around their front door. You be like the humble spirit servant. And you just, can I share this word with you? Even in the midst of all that, can I share this word with you? They keep talking, you just still speaking enough where they can hear it. You done your part. See, you don't have to force the word to demons, but demons have conscience. Walking demons have conscience. So on the live, Wherever you at in life, they might say, the hell with you. I hate this, I hate that. But every demon have a conscience. Every hateful person, every demonic spirit, walking spirit. Because once you accept the demonic spirit, you're a walking demonic spirit. You still have a conscience. Because when you go out there and you do all that mayhem and dirt and mishap, you still have a conscience to reflect back to. People be like, why are people scared of what's gonna happen when it's all over? Because they know they ain't living right while it's going on. If you just attempt to be a good person, you ain't got to worry about it when it's all said and done. I sit in my bed this morning and I said the prayer that all saved people say. I've said this prayer 10 to 15 times, but some, as I was just listening to the gospel, I said it again. So there'll be 1 or 2, 3 or 4, or whoever gonna see this. If you would just say that simple prayer silently or out loud, asking the spirit to come into your heart, and you be at one with the spirit. Let's do that now. Say, brother, you sin tonight. I say, sister, brother, I did sin tonight. Every day in your life, you are sinning. But are you intentionally sinning? Is the question. Some people just being themselves. Some people speak the word, live a good life, but they just sinning because that's natural nature to them. It doesn't even bother their spirit because they have already made the decision. They're going to stay close to the word, but they're going to sin. So it comes to a point in life where you're going to have to accept what you're going to accept and what you're going to believe within your heart. Because it could be 1,000 brothers, preachers, motivational speakers, anybody tell you about the Spirit, tell you about the Holy Ghost, tell you how to get sanctified in the Holy Spirit and all the above. But it's going to take you. That's what it's going to take. You're going to have to accept what's going to be when it's all over. When it's all over. When it's all over. You gotta make that decision for yourself. When it's all said and done, You have to make that decision. The Spirit already made a decision for you. But you are going to choose if you're going to walk in the Spirit, or are you going to let your flesh win? It's up to you. It's up to you, man. Man, woman, or child, is up to you. Because it's a certain age when the Spirit hold you accountable. And it's an age before you even get out your mom and daddy house. So, in my opinion, that should be the legal age for a child to be adult. The age when your sin count. It ain't on your mom and daddy no more. Because the Spirit gave them years to train you in the way you should go. But you're not even gonna make it to get old to depart from it. If when your sins start counting, if you don't account for them. Just some fruit for your brain. It is. Man, I ain't even know I was gonna come this way with the ladder. I ain't even know. I didn't even know, man. Well, yeah, man. Come in peace and leave in peace. That's what you should strive for every day. Come in peace and leave in peace. Leave in pieces. Mm. Let's watch this right here.
What a horrible moment. I was in the Oval Office when I heard they came in, and it was like a surreal experience, and terrible, terrible. I had some very big people in the Oval Office, and I was in the midst of a very important conversation for our country. Big people, the biggest. And I said, you have to leave now.
Man, listen. America couldn't pick the best puppet when they picked Donald Trump. And when I say America, I'm gonna let you people.
They told me.
I'm gonna let you people believe that y'all is the the final decision when it comes to who gonna be the puppet. Let's start there.
Very powerful people. I said, you have to leave now, right now, please. Right now. You have to leave. Go. By his own determination and skill, Charlie Kirk built Turning Point from his humble beginnings, the beginnings that nobody believed could ever end up something like this, into a great movement and a juggernaut of American politics. And, you know, we have a massive stadium loaded up with people, but he got tremendous crowds.
So some might some might say Donald Trump know a little bit more than he putting on to say. I'm gonna tell you, man. If you believe that Donald Trump is your God, then you deserve to fail. If you believe Kamala Harris is your God, you believe that they're gonna change your life, you deserve to fail. So every preacher that stand with Kamala Harris and Donald Trump and divide their congregation over some worldly shignet, to me, is misleading the people. Because somebody's political decision shouldn't make them not feel welcome at church. But they damn sure doing it though. But you should never feel guilty about nothing you do in life. If you did it with a good heart and good intentions, you shouldn't feel bad. But watch, before the morning even really get here, it's gonna be somebody saying, y'all seen how Donald Trump went and supported Charlie Kirk? I'm not a Trump supporter no more. Why are people giving all their power to a man and not a spirit? If you ask me, you can't see either one of them. Do you know Donald Trump? Do you know Kamala Harris? Same way you can't see the spirit, you can't see them either. You just seeing what they present to you and what you heard. You not seeing them for who they truly are. But if you knew how this world is ran, and not what they want you to believe this world is ran, I mean, you would know that. But I don't want to get too much into that politics stuff, man, because people still believe that when they go cast their vote, that it matters. It is well with my soul. I wonder if Charlie Kirk's soul is well with God.
Don't want to be single anymore? Here, girls message you first. They tell you what kind of relationship they want. No guesswork, no useless swiping, no...
Could I ask Erica, please come out? Erica, please come out. Thank you.
See, no matter how far they try to run away from it, almost every American song gonna have something related to God in it. And I'm not a religious person, but that is just so ironic that a lot of stuff that they use in this country, some way, somehow, leads back to something with God in it. I'm just saying, the spirit is real.
Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you very much, and good luck. God be with you. Thank you.
Whether you feel any way you feel about Charlie Kirk, I don't really have too much sympathy when it comes to white folks in general because of what they done to our spiritual forefathers. You know what I'm saying? And that's the only thing that I question when it comes to the spirit. Why did God let black people be the sacrifice for the United States of America? Nationwide. But you always got to remember, no matter what we go through, the spirit is on our side. Even if the spirit taking us through hell, it's on our side. God made good and bad. But the good gonna outweigh the bad.
sue the other driver after a car accident. There's a better way to get paid a way bigger check without having to go to court or pay expensive.
Hello. God bless all of you for coming here from all over the world to honor and celebrate my Charlie. Just a few miles from here, 2 years ago at America Fest 2023, Charlie delivered a speech on stage for our TPUSA Faith event. Charlie loves speaking off the cuff. He's very good at that, without a script. So I personally didn't know what he was going to say. And what he chose to speak about that day was his submission to the will of God. He quoted one of his favorite Bible verses, Isaiah chapter 6, verse 8. Here I am, Lord. Send me. After Charlie finished, I met him backstage, and I spoke.
When is Charlie hurt? Kurt, is he gonna get that warm welcome from the Spirit? Is he gonna get that welcome home, my faithful good servant? Is he gonna get his gold slippers and his gold handkerchief and his golden robe? Or is he gonna go where there's no daylight, nothing but just pain? See, we have to stop trying to send people to heaven or hell. We have to stop celebrating even people we don't like. Yeah, that ish gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard, especially if you feel like Charlie disrespected your ancestors. Especially if you feel like he came and spreaded all types of hatred. But at the end of the day, I'm learning day by day. You gotta watch your words, man. Cause if you ain't ready to deal with your words, you better watch your words, man. I'm so serious.
To him, and I'll never forget this. I said, Charlie, baby, please talk to me next time before you say that statement. Because when you say something like that, there is so much power in that verse. When you say, here I am, Lord, use me, God will take you up on that.
I bet you they some good old Southern Baptists.
Charlie.
See, a lot of people don't know that. White people run Southern Baptists. Like when it comes to like the Southern Baptist churches, it's mostly white churches, bro. It's a handful of black churches in every city that's part of Southern Baptist. That's like the top of the top when it comes to Baptists. And I'm not saying it because it's mostly white people. I'm just saying like the way they run stuff. You know, it's real professional. You see what I'm saying? So yeah.
11 days ago, God accepted that total surrender from my husband and then called him to his side. More than anything, Charlie wanted to do not his will, but God's will. And over these past 11 days, through all the pain, never before have I found as much comfort as I now do in the words of our Lord's Prayer, "Thy will be done."
Is she gonna say the prayer or not? Is she gonna cite the prayer or
God's
not?
love was revealed to me on the very day my husband was murdered. On the afternoon of September 10th, I arrived at a Utah hospital to do the unthinkable, to look directly at my husband's murdered body. I saw the wound that ended his life. I felt everything you would expect to feel. I felt shock. I felt horror. And a level of heartache that I didn't even know existed. But there was something else too. Even in death, I could see the man that I love. I saw the one single gray hair on the side of his head, which I never told him about. Now he knows. Sorry, baby, I'm telling you now, but never told him. Didn't want to. I also saw this. I also saw on his lips the faintest smile.
So do y'all think that she should go on with Charlie Kirk's message? You think the spirit gonna let her go on with that? Or she gonna go against the spirit and she gonna do what Charlie Kirk did? See, I just have this odd feeling that you can't be with the spirit and be with the industry. And you say, well, what's the industry? I'm not judging Charlie Kirk. But he damn sure was part of an industry. And it's up to you to figure out what industry he was part of and what industry orchestrated to take him out. But the spirit had the final say so. They could have hit Charlie Kirk 10 times. And he could have been in the wheelchair, non-verbal, if the spirit still wanted him here. So, them people, them power that bees, who did what they did and do what they always do when they don't agree with somebody who they feel like maybe going against their belief system, they don't never have a final say so. These guns ain't got power, but I know somebody that got the final say so in the final power. So you think about what I said.
That told me something important. It revealed to me a great mercy from God in this tragedy. When I saw that, it told me Charlie didn't suffer. Even the doctor told me. It was something so instant that even if Charlie had been shot in the operating room itself, nothing could have been done. There was no pain, there was no fear, no agony. One moment Charlie was doing what he loved, arguing and debating on campus, fighting for the gospel and truth in front of a big crowd. And then he blinked. He blinked.
Is someone constantly lying to you? Are they always hiding their phone from you? Now there's a way to see the calls, messages, or pictures.
Sure it
received on their phone.
is.
And then he blinked.
Yeah, they got a geek app now where you can be a spy.
And saw his savior in
See,
paradise.
apps like that and that T app is just the pure demonic, bro. Why would you want to see something that the spirit ain't already revealed to you? The spirit gonna reveal it to you, bro. People mannerisms are gonna reveal it to you. You don't have to play CIA agent to catch a cheater. See, you gotta start reading the word for your own interpretation. And you have to start believing in yourself and the spirit. The spirit ain't gonna tell you to go do no crap like that.
And all the heavenly mysteries were revealed to him. God's love continued to be revealed to me in the days that followed. The next day on the tarmac in Air Force Two, I confronted Usha Vance, precious woman. I held her hand and I told her, honestly, I do not know how I'm going to get through this. She told me something. She said, you know when you're on an airplane with your kids and it's the last 15 minutes of the flight, things are crazy. Kids are not cooperating, toys are flying everywhere and everyone's screaming. And you think to yourself, I cannot wait for this flight to land. And it's 15 minutes before you land. And she told me, you will get through these 15 minutes and the next 15 minutes after that.
And you will land.
Usha, I don't think you realized it then, but those words were exactly what I needed to hear. But most of all, God's mercy and God's love have been revealed to me these past 10 days. After Charlie's assassination, we didn't see violence. We didn't see rioting.
Now, hold on now. That sound like that was a shot at the black people now. I'ma just go on and say it. Let's put the Bible for a side real quick. It sounded like she was throwing a shot at the black people when she said it was no rioting. And I'm gonna go on and say it. If they would have said what they said about Charlie Kirk, and it would have been a black leader, it would have been some rioting. I'm just going to put that out there. But the thing is, Charlie Kirk seemed like he was a radical, but at the same time, he was put on this earth for a reason, whether people like it or not. It ain't for you to like every person that speak for you and you feel like speak against you. It's only for you to feed yourself the fruit. See what I'm saying? You need to feed yourself. Nobody else need to feed you but yourself. So you can go on liking somebody for their color, for the way they speak, the way they whoop the whoop. But if you don't feed yourself, it don't give a damn who it is, who get assassinated. If you don't feed yourself, you assassinating yourself every day by living off somebody else's word. The word say you can't live off bread alone, but you can live off the spirit alone. I'm put that part right there. That's how I feel. You can live off the spirit and spring water.
We didn't see revolution. Instead, we saw what my husband always prayed he would see in this country. We saw revival. This past week, we saw people open a Bible for the first time in a decade. We saw people pray for the first time since they were children. We saw people go to a church
I ain't
service
seen
for the
that.
first time in their entire lives.
They heathen asses need to.
Charlie liked to journal. And I say this because he did it to remember important moments and sayings that affected him. And one of the things he wrote in his journal was this: every time you make a decision, it puts a mark on your soul. To those of you out there who just made that decision and took the first step toward a spiritual life, I say thank you and welcome.
Welcome home.
One day I hope you look back and realize it was the most important decision of your life, because it is. All of you who are already believers, it is your job to shepherd these people. Do not take that lightly. Water the seed of their faith. Protect it and help it grow. Every day as Charlie rode into the office, he would go through his contact list. And I know there's many of you who were impacted by this. He would go through his contact list and send Bible verses for the day. He knew that faith was a habit. The more you live it, the more it grows. But know this too. The seed has only just been planted. The enemy will tempt you the most in a time like this one.
So I got a quick question. I got a quick question. Because Charlie Kirk say so by his wife and the people that love him that he was a Christian brother, do that change the outlook of how black people and people who wished death on him, do that change the way they look at him or how they feel about his death? Or it's still F Charlie Kirk? You finding out that he's a Christian brother, do that change your outlook on how you feel about Charlie Kirk? Yes or no? That's a question that America need to answer today. Charlie Kirk being a Christian, do that change? Do that mean whatever you believed about him, do you still feel that way? Do you still wish him damnation? Are you wishing peace and love in his next journey of life? Yes or no? Charlie Kirk Christian, through that change ill, wish ill, I just want to know, man. Ill, it's a disease. You know, you gotta put stuff in context like that so it can spell something out for you. You know, I'm not the best speller out here or reader, but I try. Man, it's something to think about, man. I ain't know all this stuff about the brother, man. You know, me, I'm not the best person to speak on race, because I'm not really a fan of white people or anybody that bring hate towards black people, even other black people that bring hate towards black people. You know, it's okay to, be ignorant, talk your ish, but it's another thing to just be blatantly misinformed and don't have no self-knowledge. I don't care about what you read in the textbook. What have the ancestors blessed you with, and what have you taught yourself, and do you have your own belief system? If you ain't got your own belief system with the spirit and with your ancestors, you just gonna be one of them people out here talking about something you read when it's like you have to read and live. You can't just read and say, oh, I'm gonna go outside and I'm gonna sin on purpose. You know, you can't just go outside and say, oh, I said my prayers, so, it's okay if I go kill thy neighbor. Once you believe, you do know your consequence become more severe, right? And once you teach, your consequence become more severe. What they say, may not come when you want it, but it's on time. Your karma and your weakness is gonna be on time. Keep on with the keep on. We don't have our next journey that we can't see or taste or feel figured out. So I do know I want to be on whatever side is right from this day forward. Yeah, I can kick it with the ignorant crowd because I'm ignorant myself, ignorant TV. But we're going to have to balance ignorance with, the other side of ignorance. Put it like that. Because I don't want to put no specific word on it. And as long as you going to talk unadulterated, you can always talk to me.
God will always be there for you, but you must choose to mark your soul again and again in the direction of Christ.
Bored after work? This app finds local single girls in seconds. They'll message you first. No more useless swiping. No games, no bots, no gold diggers. It's easy to meet up. No.
They're going to want your money on that website too. Website like that ain't even going to give you a chance to get to know your ass.
Again. Read the Bible again.
Better go on Plenty of
Go
Fish.
to church next Sunday.
Black people
And
meet.
the Sunday after that.
Christian
Break free from
mingle.
the temptations and shackles of this
Go on them new
world.
websites you want to. Your ass gonna end up on the dark web.
Being a follower of Christ is not easy. It's not supposed to be. Jesus said, if anyone would come after me, let him deny himself, take up his cross and follow me. He said he would be persecuted. He said we would be persecuted. And Charlie knew that he could happily carry his cross all the way to the end. And I want all of you to know, while Charlie died far too early.
And it's not your decision as a human to bear somebody else's cross. That is the spirit decision. You don't have to bear nothing in life. You don't have to bear a husband or a wife unless it's sick, but if they're bringing sickness and illness to you, you know what you need to do. You know, people will tell you, oh, if you remarry, you're living in sin. Well, if a wife let her husband beat on her every day and take her happiness away, is she living in sin? If a husband let his wife go out from Thursday to Sunday, is she living in sin? And is he living in sin? Because when you become one and you know better, you know what time it is. See, a lot of people can't get right because they ain't got their self right from them generational curses. Hello! They ain't got their self right from generational curses, and they wonder why they on marriage number 4 and they still getting the results from marriage number 1. They wonder why it's 2025 and they on boyfriend number 8 and they still getting the result. See, everybody want to practice hoe and pimp and player activities until they get in the room at night by themselves and they cannot stand and live up to being a playboy and being a playgirl. Cause that's all you is. You out here living as a hoe and as a playboy. That's what you is, a little boy. And just because you a virgin don't make you no better. Hello!
He was also ready to die. There was nothing he was putting off. There was nothing that was too hard or too painful or nothing that he just felt like he didn't want to do it. He left this world without regrets. He did 100% of what he could every day. But I want you to know something. Charlie died with incomplete work, but not with unfinished business.
Charlie.
I will miss him so much because our marriage and our family were beautiful. They still are. The greatest cause in Charlie's life was trying to revive the American family. When he spoke to young people, he was always eager to tell them about God's vision for marriage and how, if they could just dare to live it out, it would enrich every part of their life in the same way that it enriched ours. And someone once asked me how Charlie and how we kept our marriage so strong when he was busy traveling. And our little secret those love notes. Every Saturday, Charlie wrote one for me, and he never missed a Saturday. And in every single one of them, he'd tell me what his highlight was for the week, how grateful he was for me and our babies. And always at the end, he would always end it with asking the most beautiful question. He'd always end it by asking, please let me know how I can better serve you as a husband. Charlie perfectly understood God's role for a Christian husband. A man who leads so that they can serve.
I don't care what nobody say. Rest on, brother Charlie, man. Whether he was good or he was bad, he was a human being. And we all need to get to the point where we just say, F the BS. But it's going to be hard for a lot of black people to say that. It's just what it is. I'm not here to convince you yay or nay. I'm just here to let you know. If you call yourself a believer, anything of peace, we all gonna reap what we sow, including you. And I'm gonna just leave it like that. What make people think that they unjudgeable? God love you and I don't. Hello!